Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Denver for the StarCityGames.com Standard Open. I'm here with Matt Pitzer, whom you may remember from the Kansas City Open like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Before Gen Con. Matt was playing Mono Black Trading Post in Kansas City, and he wound up in 10th place after winning a match that we thought might get him into top 8, so not quite. But you're back, and Mono Black Trading Post again.
Yeah, it was hard to give it up. I've been a loyal ramp player for a long time, Valakut, Wolf Run. But as soon as I played Trading Post and I didn't play for 4 turns once, I realized the Dirtle is where I want to live for the rest of my life.
So you're Mono Black. There are a lot of different Trading Post builds out there. What do you think makes Mono Black the one to go with?
Well, the thing that Mono Black has, that especially the red-green post that have been talked about by a lot of pros very recently, is the fact that my sweepers can kill a Titan. And that's very important, especially in a ramp match, or even in like when they slam a Sun Titan. Being able to kill a Titan is very important, and you also have a lot better targeted removal. A Doomblade, a Dismember, and a Go for the Throat automatically kill whatever you're talking about, while there might be times where a Galvanic Blast might not do the job, or whatever other, mono white like dispatch might get there, I don't know. But the thing is that Black also has a lot more removal, and the thing that Trading Post needs to do is survive. And with Black, you get to play a bunch of removal and allow yourself to live until the point where you might eventually
take over the game.
Take over the game, which is going to happen. Which inevitability is always on your side, no matter what.
You've got a number of win conditions. Like you can count Trading Post itself, I guess, because it can definitely create that. But between Wormcoil Engine, Grave Titan, Karn, I might have forgotten something. Like
Batterskull is the other.
Batterskull, okay. Which of those cards generally actually kills the opponent?
Well,
puts them dead.
Whichever one I draw. The truth is probably Wormcoil the most, just because it has the best interaction with the deck.
Trading Post.
But that being said, I know there's a number of games that if I didn't have a Grave Titan, I wouldn't have won, just because you leave 2 blockers behind.
Yep.
And like, normally it is the Wormcoil, and Batterskull has been doing a lot of work because it gets equipped to a Solemn, it's repeatable, it's all the things that you want in a card right now, wanted a card in this deck, because inevitability says you're going to be sacrificing things, you're going to be doing things. If you're to get rid of that Germ token, it might die, but you can play it again and you'll get it back. So generally, I would say Wormcoil, but Batterskull is also pretty consistent.
You equip a Go token all that often?
I have.
You've equipped a Go token?
Yeah. I was playing an opponent in Kansas City, and a turn made a Go token in Brad Nelson, and I heard the quote saying, "Why would he do that?" And I equipped Batterskull to a Go token, and it's like, oh, that's sick.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, it's a goat, so a Batterskull, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I think it makes sense. Yeah. Perfect sense.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about a couple more cards from the deck. I'm interested in 3 specific ones, so let's run them down. First off, we have Mimic Vat, which feels kind of like a Trading Post Light, I guess.
Yeah. Mimic Vat, I play 2, one on the main, one on the side. Specifically, it's really good in 3 matchups. 1, zombies. Zombies, you just take out their draw messenger on the rebuy. Give you the ability to just one of the best. You can also get a Blood Artist, make 1, block, drain 1. Like, you can do a lot of really cool things in that matchup. Not any of the pod matchups. Obviously, all those creatures have very cool come into play abilities, and I want to do them too. And that's a fair thing. And it's also for the ramp match, where it shines beautifully as well, because I'll kill your Titan, and then I'll make my own Titan, and I'll do more shenanigans than you could possibly ever do with your Titan. Because I get to do it again and again and again, and I get activated twice in a turn, and it's great for that matchup as well.
Yeah, normally Doomblade's like an underwhelming answer to a Titan. It gets the job done, but they still got whatever they got.
They got their effect.
But with Mimic Vat, that's not really the case.
The normal comment is, well, thanks for your Titan, boss.
Oh, a little sass.
A little sass. There's moments like when they're slamming a Primeval Titan or Frost Titan, and they're really like, yeah, I got the game now. I'm like, I'll take your Titan, thanks. See ya.
So you've got Mutilate. I think you have 4, right?
4 Mutilates, yes.
4 Mutilates. Obviously, you're Mono Black, so that's pretty good. But you're also supplementing it with Barter and Blood at the 4-drop slot.
Yep.
How have the Barters been like?
Barters have been nuts. There's a couple things that Barter gets rid of reliably, and one thing it does, it adds another 4-drop removal spell. Yep. That is a sweeper. Essentially, like the matches where you're going to take out Barter or anything, they're going to flood the board. But Barter is a sweeper in every other matchup.
Sure.
Barter also causes them in awkward situations, like with Tolerant. They have to burn their spells to try to save their Tolerant, and then you can follow it up by killing the Tolerant.
Yeah.
They have to waste their spells and do a lot of things that really aren't that great for them. And Barter does a lot of things that force his opponent in a bad situation. But the best thing he does is he kills a Geist. This deck, the reason that red-green is generally better, that a lot of people pros talk about, is because it deals with the Geist staying trapped much better. So dealing with the Geist is very nice, because they'll slam it on turn 3, and I'll have the ability to play that, and then another sweeper, and it adds more sweepers to the board, which is really nice.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a card I know it was very successful the first time around, and when it got reprinted, people thought it would catch on again, and it kind of has just sat, not really doing much. But I think its time may be coming, especially like once the sets rotate.
Well, once Vapor Snag's out of the format, I think that Barter Blade gets a lot better, just because Vapor Snag alone, and it's bad to say that one card has done it, but Vapor Snag, because you barter for value trying to kill their Geist, and they just Vapor Snag their Geist, and you've wasted a Wrath spell, and you've maybe taken off a Snapcaster or a Delver. And then they slam Geist again, and you're like, well, this is awkward again.
Sure.
So.
And the last card in the main deck, a land, not the one you're probably thinking of, but Ghost Quarter. I actually just think Ghost Quarter is like a really well-positioned card in the format right now. Has that been your experience too?
Actually, I've only activated it once today with its, sacrifice ability, but it killed an Inkbond Nexus.
Sure. That's why I like it.
Yeah. And like Ghost Quarter takes care of Inkbond Nexus, takes care of Gathering Township. Basically all the cards that I have a real problem with, Ghost Quarter takes care of. Because I can't interact, I can't kill a Nexus minus, an instant speed removal spell. And Ghost Quarter lets me take care of that, and also it shores up my poison matchup, which is also a very weak one for me.
Yeah.
It's the reason that I switched from Go for the Throats to Doomblades in Dismember. It's because I need to be able to kill their things, and Ghost Quarter gives me the I'm no longer afraid of being bombed. So
I really like that card right now, expressly for the purpose of killing Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah.
And it's just got some reasonable margin. So we're getting a Moronhan or a Township or a Wolf Run.
And at the minimum, it's going to be a land in your deck.
Yeah. And a deck that has almost all artifacts. So
yeah. So
you're only really losing for the Mutilate. Well, we're going to talk about your sideboard cards real quick. You've got Vampire Night Oaks and Mindslaver.
Yep.
What's the Mindslaver coming in against? Who's that killing?
Bigger controlling decks and post mirrors.
Okay.
I played a lot of Magic Online, and there's a lot of posts online, and
yes,
so and so I was like, all right, I'm playing a Mindslaver on the board, and I was talking to some friends, and I was like, I'll just play a Mindslaver on the board. So you're a post deck, you're going to get through a bunch of cards. If you don't get there, you don't get there. But if you do, you have a Mindslaver. And Mindslaver can turn infinite and take all their turns.
Yes.
With 2 trading posts, you can just take every single turn they have with 12 mana, which seems to do work, I think.
In a matchup that's going to go that late, yeah, it seems fantastic.
Yep.
And Vampire Nighthawk.
Your round 7 pairings have been posted.
It's super expendable. It's very nice, but the thing it does, it shores up any really aggressive decks, and it lays the blocker, and you don't need to worry about them just because play, gain 2, block a couple damage, wrath the board, you're fine. It just sits there as it's just a way to keep your life total higher than a few, so that you don't have to be playing so far behind.
Sometimes you just need a weird vicious hunger.
Yep.
We just got the round 7 call for pairings. You guys might have heard that. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and let Matt continue to fight for top 8. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Hopefully we see you there this time.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back with round, 7?
7.
Right? Round 7 of the Standard Open. See you then.